Honestly, it's been a pretty bad year for Tesla, but this story is wild. This billionaire drowned in their Tesla because once it was in the water, the doors wouldn't open and the glass is reinforced so you can't break it. It was the slowest drowning. It was just the car slowly sinking in a lake, and there was nothing they could do about it. And she was trying to call people. It's crazy. I mean, she's the sister of Mitch McConnell, probably just evil. Again, I want to be clear here. I know it's very common on Twitch to be like, oh man, a billionaire died. I feel like someone drowning slowly trapped in their car while calling their friends is like that's not what I would say is the judicial way to handle it. Not that I think she was a good person. But I don't know her fucking whole story. Anyway, frantic rescue efforts. They couldn't break into the vehicle. The Model X's glass is nearly impossible to break underwater. She put her car in reverse instead of drive, and it plunged down the embankment into a pond. Again, I don't know why she called a friend and not 911, but it's over hours, bro. Like, she literally, I mean, that's just crazy. The fact that they couldn't get it open over hours and she just slowly sank into the thing and drowned it's fucking crazy. That is a dark story. Oh, being investigated as a crime? Well, I don't know if I can trust Trump USA A1. I'm not so sure that's a fucking recognized fucking source. Wild piece of news. Another piece of news that I did want to mention while we were on that subject of salaries. New college graduates are overestimating their starting salaries by $30,000. People are going into the job market expecting 30K more than they're going to get. That is a recipe for deep unhappiness, I will tell you that. Current college students expect to earn 85K on their first job. Average starting salary closer to 56K. College grads won't take less than 72K. The disconnect between perception and reality only worsens over time. A decade into their careers, students anticipate making more than $204,000. That's well over the average mid-career salary of $98,000. Yeah, I mean, it's just positivity. The thing is, I think the #1 cause of anger and unhappiness in life is when you have an expectation and then reality doesn't hit that. That is what causes people to get the most upset and angry. And so I think people are gonna be pissed. Did you see the Reddit IPO? Yeah, I saw it. I think the coolest thing about the Reddit IPO, if you guys don't know, the story of this is pretty insane. So Reddit starts out, it has initial success, it's doing all right, and they sell for a measly $10 million to media company Condé Nast. The whole company sold for $10 million. They realize very quickly, fuck, dude, we could have made way more money. we made a foolish sale. We're so stupid. So they come up with this long-term plan to trick Condé Nast into spinning Reddit off into its own company again. They hire an outside CEO who demands to have like a new, basically cap table where they can like have separate stock for Reddit. And they get Sam Altman, the OpenAI CEO, but at the time he was just the white Combinator guy, to like come in as an outside advisor and recommend that the company gets spun out. It'll be best for the company. Like, they do this whole fucking scheme and it works. It fucking works. And then Reddit becomes its own company again. They get a chance to IPO it. Now they can become billionaires off of it. So Condé Nast now only owns 30% of Reddit, despite they should have owned 100% of it, which is pretty incredible finesse. There's also a Reddit IPA that was just not, I think you're thinking of IPO, initial public offering. IPA would be the drink, the beer. Ain't illegal? Well, it's not illegal because they got Condé Nast to agree to it. They basically they long con convinced them through many layers of effort that it would make them more money to spin it out, which it might, I guess, but like the real goal was for them to get rich instead of getting $10 million for Reddit. Reddit loses money hand over fist and it's going actively worse. It's gonna tank by 25% after IPO. Well, I don't even know what price they're starting it at. What valuation are they starting it at? I would not invest in any IPOs. I would never recommend that. They're priced to make money for insiders, not for you. Sometimes it'll pop, but I think the risk reward's not in your favor. Invest in the IPA, dude, get drunk. What does IPO stand for? Initial public offering. So if you are a private company, like if you start a company in your garage, it's a private company, you own it. Sleepy Joe. If you start Sleepy Joe's sleep masks and you make them out of your own garage, Sleepy Joe LLC, that's a private company and you own that and nobody really knows what it's worth. You don't have to publish your revenue or anything. You know, I mean, it's all private. But if you want to get outside investors, public investors and list on a stock exchange, you have to go public. So you have initial public offering where you put stock up for sale on public markets and people can buy in and become owners of your company. That's what an IPO is. It's a great way to cash out as an owner. That's how you can sell parts of your company to make a lot of cash and become rich. UK Frog, going to bed soon. Have a nice life. Don't say that so depressingly. I have a win and fail that I want to talk about. And I want to talk about it right now. I now officially feel bad for my UK frogs. I feel bad for them. I don't want to make fun of them anymore because this mental state of the world study came out. The UK is the second least happy country in the world. They're like deep red on like mood, social self, adaptability, drive, cognition, and mind. The UK is in a fucking funk, dude. I didn't know it was this bad. Bro, Ukraine is in the middle of a fucking brutal war right now. There's villages that are bombed out in Ukraine. People are dying. They are up here compared to the UK. The UK is in disaster zone levels of unhappiness. It's Uzbekistan is the only one slightly worse, and even on some measures better. That's crazy. That is crazy. So if you're from the UK, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not trying to put any more on your plate. This guy, I mean, I don't know if I trust this guy, but he's like, hey, I've been in the UK for 2 weeks and I feel miserable. The UK lifestyle is purpose-driven to destroy human happiness and health. It's a sickening indoor lifestyle. They move around inside brand new leased German cars. Everyone looks 10 to 20 years older than their age. An insane number of people are on antidepressants. I would never, ever live in the UK again. Yeesh. Check this. What is this? Is it about this?
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole. Birmingham is a fucking shithole. I hate the fucking place. I fucking hate it. It's full of dickheads. I fucking hate it.
That's a pretty apt summary. That's a pretty apt summary, dude. My parents had a trip to England. They said the food sucked and the weather sucked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't have great weather to balance it out, I'll tell you that. You know, I went to London with Ari back when we were first, not even dating yet, actually. And I had an okay time, but it was very, very expensive. It was shockingly expensive, and the weather did suck. Sucked ass. I live in Australia, and I don't think I could live anywhere else because I love the weather here 90% of the time. It's a little weird lately because LA's been getting rained on nonstop, but like the whole point of LA is you ignore the traffic and you ignore the insane prices, and you ignore some of the fake people because you get 72 and sunny year-round, great hiking trails, you know, beautiful weather. That's the whole point. I'm a little frustrated lately because this hasn't been great weather. Although it was nice today. I went on a nice walk with Ari. You should move to Ohio then, the new LA. You're telling me that Ohio is the new LA. I'm not so sure I buy that. Ohio had a river catch on fire. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I push it to, I'm missing out. There's a fire river? Ohio is better than you'd think, but still bad. I mean, I have a very neutral opinion of Ohio. When I think of Ohio, I think of Walmart, McDonald's, a freeway, a big strip mall. All I think of is like classic American things that are everywhere, and it's all put into Ohio. I can't think of any like unique cultural landmark of Ohio. Oh, so you have been to Ohio. I think of like the default American freeway stop. That's what I think of. Cleveland has a great art museum. I'm not being pretentious here. Would you say Cleveland's art museum ranks up there with the world's great art museums? You'd say that. If I had to choose between going to the Louvre or going to the, you know, something in New York or going to the Smithsonian, I would go only because it's in such a prestigious city. Cleveland Art Museum is ranked number 4 out of 11 things to do in Cleveland. That's not even the number 1 thing. All right, what are the best things to do in Cleveland? The number 1 is to go to a park. Cool. Number 2 is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Number 3 is the West Side Market. And number 4 is the Cleveland Museum of Art, the CMA, baby. Oh, it does have like Van Gogh, Monet, Dali, Picasso. Wait, it might actually be goated? I'm not going. I just want to be clear that I will not be traveling to Cleveland for this, but this is cool. Ever been to Boston? I have. I had a pretty bad time because I went during the winter. And when I complained about it on stream, Bostonians told me, oh, you can't come in the last 6 months of the year. You can't come in the 6 months between August and February. That's not fair. Of course it's shit. I'll have to come back when it's oppressively humid. I went for PAX East when I was working at Twitch. And I remember, you know, I had a decent time at PAX, but it was miserably cold. And when we got out of the Twitch party, it was like snowing and no one could get an Uber and it was freezing and no one could get home till really late and everyone was miserable and it was cold. And I think I had to walk to my hotel and I was like fucking just mad. I was just mad and sad. Hey, Truck, will you stop being mean to me now? What was I mean to you for? Let me read your chat history. What was I mean to you for? Was I mean to you for the UK? I thought we already held a speech. I had a whole speech about how we're gonna save the UK. We're gonna do it. The Atriot chat is going to save the UK. It's a miserable, broken, sad place. the second saddest place on earth. If anybody wants to make memes for the Reddit that will cheer up UK frogs, I would love to react to those. If you ever have a chance in the next few days for a Friday Reddit recap to make a meme that will cheer up the UK frogs, I'd really appreciate it, because I think we owe them. I think we owe them a nice time. Yes, they used to colonize half the world, and they did a lot of bad things with that. But now they're sitting there as sad as Uzbekistan, eating fucking fish and chips and getting screwed over by bad politicians. We fucking help them out, bro.